Like most recent DJI models, the Mini 5 Pro supports Hyperlapse with 4 modes, but one of them is much more powerful and flexible than the others. Waypoint mode. It is the one I use most of the time. I have recently done a video about hyperlapses with the Mini 5 Pro. But Waypoint mode deserves a detailed one on its own. In Waypoint mode, we create missions based on 2 or more points to establish a precise path. For each point, the drone's position, elevation, camera orientation, gimbal roll, gimbal tilt, and zoom level are stored in memory. The software will handle the smooth transition between points. A mission can be saved and executed at different times of the day, under varying light conditions, or across different seasons. We rarely need many points. In most cases, I only use 2 or 3. You can see examples of missions made with no more than 4 points in my video about hyperlapses with the Mini 5 Pro. I will post a link at the end of this one. Here I will show you a mission with more points, adding several variations to each point, including some new functionalities of the Mini 5 Pro. After selecting Hyperlapse in the photo video menu, a secondary one appears on the left with the 4 hyperlapse modes. We choose the one at the bottom, Waypoints. A small window prompts us to set waypoint. To set the first point, I fly to the desired location, orient the camera to frame the target, and tap the first icon to the left. I want the move to start in a straight diagonal line to the right of the village. So I advance for about 50 meters and set the second point. I move ahead an additional 50 meters in the same direction and rotate the camera 45 degrees to the left. Then I rotate the gimbal approximately 25 degrees to the left so that the aircraft leans into the turn, similar to a real airplane. This is where I can place the third point. The aircraft will first fly straight from point 1 to point 2, then initiate the turn. I advance by another 50 meters, set back the gimbal roll to 0, rise in altitude by 10 meters, and tilt the gimbal down to frame the village. I can set point 4 here. I keep moving forward, ascend by 10 more meters, tilt the gimbal down to maintain the village on the frame, orient the camera to the right for a gentle curve, and rotate the gimbal to the right by 20 degrees. I can set point 5 here. Then I advance by 50 meters and bring the gimbal rotation back to 0. I set point 6 here, where the curve will end. Finally, I advance by 100 meters, raise in altitude by about 10 meters, and set the last point. After entering the points, I tap the 3 dots on the right side of the window to access the mission's global settings. The first one to the left is Sequence, with 2 options. In normal, the shooting starts from the first point. Tapping it will switch to Reverse, starting from the last point. This can save battery time in certain situations. Interval sets the time in seconds between photos. Assuming we want a short movie of about 12 seconds, we can choose an interval of 2, 3 or 4 seconds. The interval affects the speed of the moving element in the scene. The longer it is, the faster the move. It also affects the time required to capture a set number of photos. I aim for 300 photos, for a hyperlapse of about 12.5 seconds. At a 3-second interval, it will take 15 minutes to capture 300 shots. This is compatible with the Mini 5 Pro's battery life. A 3-second interval works well when the moving element in a scene are people walking, cars, or other vehicles. Unlike the other hyperlapse mode, Waypoints doesn't have speed settings. The aircraft speed is automatically adjusted based on the distance traveled and the length of the short movie. The longer the distance, the faster the aircraft will fly. A very powerful functionality of Waypoint Hyperlapse is the ability to store each mission in memory. By tapping on the small icon at the top left of the window, we can save the mission we have just created. It is then possible to retrieve it to perform it in different light conditions or other seasons. It is also useful to experiment with different settings until we get the perfect results. The most important variable is the shutter speed value, which controls the amount of motion blur. To simplify it, we can consider 1 second the most suitable shutter speed value for drone hyperlapses. As you can see, at this speed the motion is perfectly smooth. To know more about the setting of hyperlapses, please refer to my video linked at the end of this one. For such long shutter speed value, a set of ND filter is needed. In the description you will find a link to the one I use, the Freewell All-Day 6-pack for the Mini 5 Pro. It offers a wide range of ND values, from ND16 to ND1000, suitable for all light conditions, for video, photo and hyperlapses. With the Mini 5 Pro Fly More combo, DJI offers a set of 3 ND filters, which is fine for video. However, they are not strong enough for hyperlapses or long exposure photography. To show you the importance of shutter speed and motion blur, I have first performed this mission with auto exposure, with a shutter speed of about 1/50th of a second. As you can see, the car's motion is very jumpy, quite painful to watch. This is why for hyperlapses, auto exposure should be avoided at all costs. We should rather aim for a shutter speed as close to 1 second as possible, with the aid of ND filters. So I added an ND1000 ND filter. As you can see, the car motion is much more pleasing to the eyes. When using Waypoint mode for video, all the parameters for each point forming a mission can be modified. This makes it an extremely powerful and flexible tool. Sadly, this is not feasible with Waypoint Hyperlapse, but we can improve a mission by creating a new one and using the previous one as a drawing board. In this case, there is a strong imbalance in brightness between the sky and the ground elements. To correct this, I will angle the gimbal downwards so the sky occupies less of the frame. I will also opt for gentler curves, reduce gimbal rotation, and fewer points. I start a new mission. Frame the first point slightly to the right of the village, but closer than before, to reduce the turn. I tilt down the gimbal to include a smaller portion of the sky in the frame. I set the first point. Then I advance. Orient the camera slightly to the left of the village for a gentle curve. Rotate the gimbal to the left. Increase the altitude and tilt the gimbal down to frame the village. I can set the second point here. I advance to the third point. Rotate the camera slightly to the right, aiming at the center of the village. Rotate the gimbal gently to the right, increase the altitude and tilt the gimbal down. I set here the third point. Finally, I advance and tilt down the gimbal, bring the gimbal rotation back to 0 to set the fourth and last point. Now the rotation starts immediately, the curves are less pronounced and the motion is flawless. The transitions are smoother, as it is often the case when using fewer points. The different luminosity is reduced and it is easier to achieve the correct exposure. The Mini 5 Pro has another new functionality, the Metal mode for improved quality when zooming in up to 2 times. To show how it works, I repeat the same mission, and at the final point I set a 1.5 times zoom. I'm happy with the result. Click on this link to watch my video about Hyperlapses with the Mini 5 Pro. And don't forget to hit the like button if you found this video interesting. Thank you.